No. Ooh, he's not gonna like that.
Hey guys,
He's not gonna like that.
we're recording here.
What's that?
We're recording.
What? Oh, okay. Where have you been?
I kind of fell asleep after the movie last night, you know. I had like at least those 18 Mountain Dews and
Wait. What movie?
The Hangover, remember? We saw that last night.
The Hangover 3.
Yeah.
No. That was like a week ago. That was like 6 days ago or so.
Where have I been?
I don't know. Where have you been? Your hat didn't want to come on.
It's my popcorn.
And yeah, well, barely ate it all.
I had so much candy and pop, and I've been on this diet, so all this non-natural stuff.
You were gone. You were out of it. Do you remember anything about that night?
No, I saw some of those pictures you were flipping through, and we should probably discuss those.
Yeah, we'll do that later. No, I don't think anybody wants to
You didn't
see
take any
that.
video or anything, did you?
I hope not. I hope we didn't take any video. I hope we didn't make jerks out of ourselves.
Because you had a lot of popcorn. I don't know if that'd do anything to you, but
Can you imagine if we actually stopped somebody outside after the movie to ask their review? That probably would have been horrible.
I can't imagine.
Well, I'm glad we didn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about the movie?
Yeah, I remember the movie, but then after the movie, it's all a blur.
Okay, well, as long as you remember the movie, we could get
right,
get going here.
let's
Lake
do
City
this.
Rockin' Reviews here at 1073WRSW.com. I am Mo. He is AC. What'd you think? Good movie. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
That'd be great because I'm not hungover. I don't know, can you be hungover from candy?
I think you can get a sugar buzz. You can get like a sugar high.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
And then you just... I was going to say slowly, but no, you don't slowly come down from a sugar
No.
buzz. You
Apparently-
sugar crash.
Apparently, you take a week
Sugar crash and burn and
Just
show
here.
up.
still in the same clothes.
Yeah. Wow. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, probably sleeping outside or something.
Wow. Yikes. What do you want to say about the movie then? Of course, The Hangover 3 is the wrap-up of the very funny trilogy. Number 1 in Vegas, number 2 in Bangkok, number 3 all over the world.
Kind of.
Kind of. We went down south of the border for a little bit, went back to Vegas, and it's not the Lost Night, try to recapture the Lost Night idea that we've had from the first two. This is a purely as events unfold movie, which is a break from the typical Hangover movies.
Completely different feel for the movie. Not so much a comedy though, I didn't think.
Not so much a comedy, a lot of action in it. The funny moments are really funny. We're howling, we're dying of laughter,
Yeah.
and then 10 minutes of nothing.
Well, it's because it gets so serious and the action is...
Yeah.
The action was actually pretty intense for,
Mhm.
for a comedy. What is supposed to be a comedy. Pretty intense action.
Right, it's almost like the franchise started switching directions by the end, where number 1 was pure comedy, number 2 really had a darker tone, still funny, but it felt so familiar because it was like the first one. If you like the second one better than the first one, get out.
It's true.
Yeah, first one's much better.
Kenny, go.
Kenny! He's old. He can't really hear us.
Yeah.
But they've really gone a little bit more action route, which is fine. The actors did an outstanding job. In case you're wondering, you don't know what the official synopsis is, we'll help you out with that. In the aftermath of the death of Alan's father, the Wolfpack decide to take Alan to get treated for his mental issues. But things go wrong as they're on their way to the hospital. The Wolfpack is assaulted and Doug is kidnapped.
Shocker.
They've never done that before. Now they must find Mr. Chow again in order to surrender him to the gangster who kidnapped Doug in order to save him. That's from some site on the internet.
Yeah. IMDb.com.
So you get to see the kidnapping in real time. You get to see their pursuit of buried treasure, so to speak. You get to see it all unfold in real time, which is kind of cool. I really enjoyed, though inconsistent with the comedy and the action, and the characterization is unstable. Compared to the rest of the franchise, they decided to turn things around on us.
Yeah, I think they made the mistake in thinking that while Zach Galifianakis' Alan character is hilarious in small doses, that he would be good in larger doses. The same with Mr. Chow, and they kind of elevated their roles and diminished those of Bradley Cooper and Ed Helms, Phil and
Right.
Stu.
So the big three of the Wolfpack, 2 of them have been kind of the serious guys. You have Bradley Cooper, who is the serious straight man character. Then you have Ed Helms, who is a bit different. You know, he reacts big, but he uses his head. And then you had Alan, Zach Galifianakis, who would be the comedy. Well, he is kind of the straight man. He's the one with the story arc in this movie. Him and Chow, who have always been the great comedic pieces of this trilogy.
And while I like the way that his story ends, of course, I'm not going to tell you how the story ends, but
they all die.
No, they don't. While we, his story ends in a very good way. How he gets there, it just didn't do it for me.
Right. It's weird. It's not surprising. You know, the crowds love Alan. The crowds love Mr. Chow from all the other movies, and I don't blame him. I love those characters as well. I thought Chow was a bit overexposed in number 2. Too many. Apparently this fly's been hanging around you too long.
But outside,
I can tell. It's just weird that they would switch up the characters. Not surprising, because they could probably sell more T-shirts this way, with some of the lovable characters getting more spotlight. But I do think it takes away from the story. Still an enjoyable tale, though. Still a very fun movie, and it's great to see. There wasn't much in the way of cameos, but they at least bring things back together. So Heather Graham, her character is back from the first one. The baby is back.
The actual baby, the kid is like 4 years old now. I was reading an article on this, and they just, for whatever reason, of course it was twins when they shot the first one, and it was one of those kids that came back to do the role of Carlos this time.
Yes, so great to have Carlos the baby back, and in honor, since we give away tickets every week, we thought you should text the word Carlos to the number 45364. Carlos to 45364.
Wait, we're not doing the other one?
No, we're not doing the other one. No, his suggestion wasn't very good.
They brought Black Doug back.
No, we're not.
I thought we should text that.
We're not doing that one. Carlos.
There it is.
Yeah, 45364. Maybe win some tickets to see it here at North Point Cinemas. Otherwise, though, I mean, they wrap up the characters, they wrap up the storyline arcs for the most part, but there's no big fun cameos. Where's Mike Tyson?
Or his tiger.
Or his tiger?
Or his tiger.
None of them are there. There's no big rumors of these huge celebrities, former presidents, or boxing promoters, or whoever.
Mel Gibson.
We didn't have any of that.
No.
Which I suppose is good. Maybe it would take away. You had Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Who, she's really growing in popularity. So she has a fun role, but it's more than a cameo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a little surprising that the Hangover franchise, who has always really been built on who you going to see next, what's going to happen next, didn't do that this movie. You still had a lot of hijinks, you had a lot of humor, but it didn't feel like a true Hangover movie. With that said, still very enjoyable.
Yes. The thing that took a little bit away from me also was the build-up of the villains. Mr. Chow, obviously the bad guy in everything he does in this series, but they elevated him and then also brought in John Goodman to play a villain.
Yes.
And John Goodman's been doing phenomenal roles lately, and they just did not develop him enough. They brought him in, gave him a few short scenes, and that was it.
But they still found a way to tie him and link him to the first Hangover movie.
Absolutely.
So they thought this through. They really did. For a Hangover movie, they really connected the pieces quite well by the end of this one, but John Goodman very underutilized.
Absolutely.
At the very least. And you could argue the same thing with Ed Helms, Bradley Cooper, and some of the other surrounding characters. This was Alan and Chow's show.
Yeah.
And if you love Alan and Chow, you'll probably love this movie for that reason alone.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit too much.
Yeah, it was still an enjoyable movie, but a bit too much. Out of 6 fat guys, what would you score it?
We just started these reviews a few weeks ago. I gave Gatsby a 4. I gave Star Trek a 4. This one I really thought about really hard. It's going with a 4.
4.
You know this.
Yes,
4.
4. I got that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going with a 4.
Surprise!
Only because...
Original.
Hey, I'm going with that only because I want something in a movie to surprise me, to elevate me. I kind of predicted this movie early on, and then they forced some parts of it along. And
Elevate you? They need a couple movies to do that.
yeah,
Buddy.
well, they forced some of the parts in there. I thought the Chow and Alan thing got a bit overwhelming to me personally, and the underdevelopment of John Goodman. So 4 is what I'm giving it. I'm hoping something this summer breaks a 4.
I hope so. 4 in a row of 4 fat
It's
guys.
actually 3 in a row of 4.
No, but next week would be 4 in a row out of 4, and that's just too much.
I'll have Kenny next week.
Oh, that's true. That's
Okay.
true. So whatever it is, expect Kenny to give it a 6. 6 mustaches, a half stashes.
Half stash.
Maybe he has to do like a scale of 12 because they're half stashes. So he has to give them 12 half stashes to equal 6 fat guys or 6 lightning bolts.
It's true.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm giving it 4.5. I probably enjoyed it a little bit more than you did, but not by much because a lot of the same issues that you talked about.
Yeah.
Enjoyable movie. I could see it getting better upon repeat viewings. Some
Yes.
movies don't get better in time. This is one that maybe that you'll laugh even harder the second time around, third time, so on and so forth. So enjoyable movie. Definitely suggest you go see it here at North Point Cinemas. They also have something else going on.
Oh yeah, the Family Movie Festival starting next Wednesday in June. The Lorax is the very first movie they're doing. Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. One of my kids' favorite movies. So you know, my kids always come out to these things. They have a great time. Admission is free. They got the full concession stand open. You buy your concessions. You take your kids. You see a free movie. That's a great time.
Can't beat that. Free movie.
Yeah.
And that's why we want to help you out. You saw the text code earlier today. Text it, maybe win some tickets. Come on out to beautiful North Point Cinemas. This is Lake City Rockin' Reviews on 107.3 WRSW.com.
Hey, can I see those pictures real quick?
I don't know if you should. Oh, by the way, wait, why are you rolling? What? Stop credits. Stop credits.
No, we need to deal with these pictures.
Stay through the credits on The Hangover. Trust me. Stay through the.
You should always stay through the credits. Never.
Stay through the credits. Trust us. Oh,
Yikes!
ouch!
I did that.
Yes. That. How did you?
No idea.
The Hangover 3, pretty good movie. It was a little crazy. I thought it was a little different than the other movies, which was good. But this was definitely Alan's shining moment. I love Alan. I love booger popcorn as well. But Alan was really a star here. He kind of grew up, and it made me sad to see him grow up. I don't know what would have been worse if Stu would have seen some Bangkok women again, or if it would have been better to see some Bangkok men. But overall, it was a pretty good flick. I was a little sad that Stu didn't see anybody different, like a new woman this time. I guess it was cool to see Jade again, though. She was looking pretty good, even though she was had a big baby bump. So that was pretty interesting, and overall, I'd say that everybody should go see this. Thanks to WRSW for the free ticket tonight. There's some possibilities for a fourth movie. You know, it says it's over as well, which I don't know if it should be over, because I didn't think that was the right ending to what could have been the end of that movie. I think that Mr. Chow could have been a little crazier. I think that Mr. Chow is crazy, but not crazy enough. And I think that this popcorn is stuck in my teeth now.